Yo, always is good. Sorry that took a second, I had to set some shit up. Hello everyone that's in early. Couple of you from what I can see. Hello. It's a slightly later kick-off. Usually we're used to 3 PM kick-offs when it comes to cup matches, but this one's at 5:30 for whatever reason. But there were some pretty weird upsets early on, actually, to be fair. For those that haven't seen it, there's been a few pretty big upsets. If you haven't already seen it, Ayers winning in extra time against Elgin. I've been keeping an eye on that game in the background, obviously. But Wraith beat Motherwell, which was very surprising indeed. I've got to say, like, really surprising, honestly. But Inverness also beat Livingston. In Kelly, well, I mean, they beat Dundee, but I mean, that's kind of about as even as a game as you can get, to be honest. So I'm not really too thinking about that. But the game we're focused on, the big one for us, obviously. 5th round. We need to win this one. It's kind of an important game, but obviously St Mirren doing their usual thing, 5 at the back. Well, we know this, we're going to go through the lineups anyway, just so that it's crystal clear and good. But we've got Carson, Tanzer, Taylor, Gallagher, Fraser and Strain. We've got Bacchus, Gogic, O'Hara, Main and Grieve. And then for us, pretty standard layout to be honest with you. Joe Hart, Taylor, Starfelt, Vickers, Johnston, Turnbull, McGregor and Moy, with Maeda, Furuhashi and Jota starting as our front 3. So Jota's on the right this time, so that might be a little bit interesting to be fair. But kick-off's in 4 minutes, so this one should be kind of interesting for those that are curious. Rangers play tomorrow, I think. And the other match is Darvel and I think Falkirk, if I remember right it is, but they play on the 13th because of their fixture congestion, I guess. It's going to be a lot more relaxed stream today anyway. It's just a cup match, so I'm not expecting this to break the bank in view counts or anything like that. Just probably the usual suspects that will pop in throughout this. So we'll just kind of do what's necessary. But I mean, I got the last prediction in the last stream right against St Johnstone. I said 4-1 that game would end, and it did end 4-1. So I mean, I think it's 2 in a row we're on right now. So I'm going to go 3-0. Hopefully 3-0. I mean, the better end 3-0. I'd be kind of disappointed if it didn't. But realistically, it should be a cut and dry kind of performance for us as long as we do the basics right. It should be very simple for us, but I'm just going to go in. It's on via play for those that are curious, by the way. I'll leave the lineups there again so that you can get a good rundown, but for those that have just popped in, hello, how are you doing? So Mirren have 5 at the back again. Fantastic. We're so used to this at this point, it's unfathomable. But 3-0, that's what I'm hoping for as well, to be fair. Like, it should be a cut and dry performance. We should do the basics right and nothing should really go awry. But then again, cup matches are kind of notorious with Celtic, where if we do fuck it, it's usually in these types of scenarios. You know what I mean? I just think of Clyde in 2006. That should be enough to kind of like keep me just a little bit more or less on edge for this one, at least until we get the first. But our lineup's more than strong enough. I mean, Maeda, Furuhashi and Jota are pretty as good as a front 3 as you can get, but for those that haven't seen it as well, Gukamakis did finally transfer to Atalanta, so I'm sad, big sad, but nonetheless, I guess that's how it goes. It's a fucking shame, but hey, at least we have more money to spend now. But yeah, the other cup matches were kind of intense as well, for, again, those that are curious of what they're trying to see here. Wraith beat Motherwell 3-1, and it wasn't even like it was a game, it was pretty even. Not many chances for either side, but Wraith took theirs, so they won that game. Then obviously, you've seen the other one to the right of that there, just finished their game against Elgin, they won 4-1 after extra time. Dundee lost to Kilmarnock, so there's a few weird, you know, clubs in this quarter-final kind of draw already, you know what I mean? Like Inverness as well, beating Livingston was slightly surprising, but at the same time, I guess that's what happens, you know what I mean? That's the beauty of cup football, and again, that's why I'm just keeping myself a little bit, just a wee bit on edge until I make sure that we've got at least one on the board. But again, that lineup doesn't put the fear of God into me, I'll say that much. I'm much more happy with our lineup because again, it's just the same as usual. I'm happy that Turnbull does get a start, to be fair. He deserves one after like the amount of consistent like substitute performances he's put in. Again, the only slight concern is Jota starting on the right, which again I'm okay with, I'm more than fine with, but again, when it makes sense to play Haskabanovic or Abada in this situation. But it seems like it's a good enough backed out crowd for this game as well, to be fair. It's I wouldn't say a sellout stadium, but definitely near that point. I want to see what the away end looks like though. I just want to see like the 15 of them that are there. But they're just doing their usual jazz, talking their usual nonsense, but you're allowed to throw your predictions in. I mean, me and Warlock are on the same boat. 3-0. It seems to be the consensus so far, the most popular option. Which makes sense. Again, St Mirren haven't came into this game with the mindset of, yeah, you know, we'll go into this and win 2-3-0. It's just not going to happen. This is as probably as attackive as they'll get. I mean, they might break out and do some cool things, but again, it's the same as what Livingston do or what any other team that start with 5 at the back do. They'll have 15-20 minutes at the start. Well, yeah, they'll do some things. They'll put a bit of pressure on, but unless they keep that up consistently, Celtic will just blow them out the water with sheer stamina. That's the one thing this club's got above all else, but they're in the tunnels and they're about to head out, so we'll give this a wee refresh because we should realistically be almost underway. Well, not as far as behind as I thought. It's not kicked off yet, but we will be kicking off in roughly a minute or so. And again, it's more than a strong enough lineup to do the job, so as long as we've put the fucking boot down on their throats, we should be fine. But again, St Mirren are one of those teams. They're the only team that's outright beaten us this season domestically, so we do have to be wary of them. But we've played them a few times since, and there's never really been a bit of, or even slight pressure on us since. With the exception of a couple of draws or whatever. Yeah, we've not kicked off yet. It's a bit of a delay, don't know. I gotta say, I like St Mirren's away kits. It's showing like close-ups of the patterns on their shot. It's actually quite nice, but yeah, just a slight delay, it seems, to be fair. But for those that have just popped in, hi, hello. It has officially kicked off. We'll give you one last look at the lineups. Joe Hart, Johnston, Carter, Vickers, Starfelt, Taylor, Moy, McGregor, Turnbull, Jota, Furashi, Maeda. We don't really care about St Mirren because it's usually the same. Stats, we're good. Back onto this screen. We should be going off. St Mirren fans with the flares. Well, that's probably why it was delayed then. I kind of just catch that out of the corner of my eye, but yeah, we should be relatively underway soon. There's actually a fair few St Mirren fans in the away end, to be fair. It's actually a fairly packed out crowd for a game of this one. How you doing, man? I remember you. You mentioned it the last time you were in. Welcome back, mate. How you doing? Yep, we are officially underway here. Right, okay. We can actually focus up and do some things now. Just see if I can turn the volume down a bit so I can hear what's going on in the background as well. Just bear with while I figure this. But yeah, St Mirren will play out pretty early on here, to be fair. Like, realistically, if they can close us out in the first 15 minutes, fantastic. You know what I mean? It shows that they're in for a fight, but there is a lot of fog in the stadium, so it'll probably take a few minutes to clear up. But there's already a good break on. Maeda's out on the wing, but St Mirren cut them off quickly, and it's taking a small deflection. Starfelt steals, deflected out wide. St Mirren are doing the high press, so realistically, this should be interesting. But again, always get my hopes up when I see teams pressing numbers and put pressure on and do good things, and then as soon as there's a little bit of like actual consistency first, they go, oh shit, back off, and pressure's on. And Celtic are already in here. Good shot early on for Jota, and it's saved and out wide, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. St Mirren's high press is immediately broken with a good ball in behind. Jota just skips through most of them as well. Gets past two, shimmies past to the right and hits a good shot to the keeper's left, but he's down and saves it really quickly. Very good effort early on. Moy got it from the corner. Jota to McGregor. That's a good whip ball for Moy as well. I think I just missed that. Oh, Felix, thank you for the sub, man. Cheers, I appreciate it. We've already hit the sub goal for the month, by the way. Like, that's why I'm not going to try and thing it as much. But if you are new and you like it, please do. It helps. But It's played out straight away right to the back. Starfelt's more or less a left back at this point, and McGregor's been caught out. Tries to win it back and does. In fairness, Starfelt just kind of gets across to it to get some time for the defenders to get their shape, but St Mirren have broke the line and they've gone down the left hand side. Good effort from them. Ball in, it's awkward, but Celtic's... I don't like how iffy the defensive... they've eventually managed to get their shape back, but St Mirren did to us what we just did to them. We just kind of collapsed their fullbacks and it made it awkward for us. And they've gone and tried to do it again. Good header in behind, but Carter Vickers is a little bit more aware at this time. Some good intricate play between midfield, between Taylor and McGregor. Oh, lovely back flick for Moy to get it through to Jota, and he tries to skip past his man, but again, that's the thing about St Mirren's numbers at the back. If one's not there, the other one will definitely do everything in their power to cover it. Ball's hit back towards Carlson, he'll punt it. It should be Carter Vickers, but neither of them get to it, so it falls to Johnston. Although I think there's been a foul called. Offside, never mind. It was a fast-paced start, basically what I said it would be, but it's a question of how long we can keep it up, or how long St Mirren can keep it up for, I should say. The ball's out wide towards Maeda. Decent touch for the captain, gets it back towards Starfelt, he'll shimmy it in, but a little bit of a loose pass for Starfelt, gets it back on the 50 though and just spears it back towards Joe Hart and he'll try and pop it forward, but just opts to lay it after Starfelt and Carter Vickers instead and go forward. Johnston has it. Clever ball in behind, McGregor's tried to pip it over, but Jota's got a lot to do if he's going to get there. The St Mirren man just opts, nah fuck that, clears it. Quick throw in though. Johnston's way out of position, but I think they're... Oh, well, I thought they were going to try and do a quick counter, they opted not to. Starfelt has it. Good ball out wide. Taylor's shimmied it in towards Maeda and they're just exchanging quick passes now, trying to stretch St Mirren's back line. I think there was another off the ball incident. Oh, John Plunkett, I love that. That's a class second into Bethel. Thank you for the sub, man, I appreciate it. Oh, Taylor was whipped off the ball for the side there. I'd just seen that on the replay. Good ball out wide. Johnston will try and take it forward now. And towards Moy, but Jota, again, he's been very, very tightly marked. Anytime Jota gets the ball on Maeda, for that fact, you've got 2 or 3 bodies just kind of covering them. Because I've said over the last few streams, for those that have been there and tuned in, it's a very common thing for Celtic to attack down the wings. It's where most of our good play comes from, so if teams can try and force us down the middle, but then again it nearly didn't work there because Taylor nearly shimmied a good ball in behind to Dyson as well there, but no matter how fast he is, he's not going to get to that. 3-0 for that, good. Everyone seems to be very consistent on the 3-0s. That's what I'm hoping for, realistically. The first 7 minutes suggests, like, yeah, St Mirren will do a lot of defending, especially in the first 20, but if they can break that high line that Celtic set, then yeah, I can see them doing something. But when Celtic have their shape, it's very hard to see anyone else to try and... Oh, that's a beautiful ball through, but the St Mirren man's panicked and Maeda nearly steals in to get a chance. It's just cleared away by the St Mirren defence. Johnston has time to just cover it, but he's got a man on him. I think they'll try to claim it was a throw-in for them though. It was a little bit. Time to get on your 3-year contract, I think he's earned it. Aye, well, if we're going to keep him, we're going to need to give him a pretty good contract, because with the amount of clubs down south that are letting their managers go and they're looking up towards us, it's given me the fear. But see, at the end of the day, I don't think Ange will leave, not when it's his project, you know what I mean? He's been given a lot more than Brendan Rodgers was. Brendan Rodgers left because he didn't have, he didn't get what he asked for. Ange has more or less got pretty much gotten what he's asked for, and Obviously with the profit announcements yesterday, for those that haven't seen by the way, 33.9 million. We've got 50 in just club asset funds or whatever it is. I don't know finance a lot, but we are pretty fucking safe financially. It was like a net profit of 1.3 million we spent, so aye, lucky we are. Very, very lucky to have such a fucking good manager. But enough of this sappy shit, yeah. Back to the game. I think it's a throw in for St Mirren on the far right. No, Celtic, if they keep that high press engaged, they can kind of shut down St Mirren's quick play, but St Mirren, any time they do get pressed by 2 or 3 bodies, ball's punted to hell. How you doing, Paul? Give a lot of good work, mate. Scotland went out of the rugby. I've got a big packet pickled on your monster lunch. Oh, well, you're living the dream, mate. Oh shit, St Mirren's got out wide, hold up, ball in, and Starkville does his first good piece of defence for the day. He covers for Carter Vickers really well there, actually. Just drops into that space, headers it clear, does what's necessary. Well, the Calcutta Cup as well, but I seen the under-20s for Scotland one against Wales last night with that last-minute tackle, like, thank God we are Scottish, yeah. We are elite at a lot of sports. We just need to get this one, that like Scottish football back on the pyramid like it used to be. But St Mirren do have a throw out wide, Gallagher's going to swing it. Headed up. I don't really know what St Mirren were trying there. They just kind of threw bodies towards the front of the box and Celtic could just kind of close them out without much pressure or well, let me leave a light. You don't need to worry about it. If it doesn't let you do it, all good. Like I said, if your retention in subs, they do the job, my guy, they do the job. But just being here is more than enough. That's all I ask for. About 10 minutes go, well, 10 minutes going I should say, it's I wouldn't say back and forth, I'd say it's more like a 60-40 split of how the game's going so far, because St Mirren are making chances, they're doing what they can, but more often than not you've just got 2, 3, 4 Celtic bodies that are willing to jump in front and cover that space, but Hart's got it and we can play it from the back. This is where we do God's work. Let's go. Starfield up towards Taylor. Quick ball in behind. Maeda's actually on the chase and he's going to get to it first. Good ball in behind. That's a beautiful... Oh my fucking God, that was nearly a belter. I'm not sure if Maeda meant it as a cross or a shot, but it swirled perfectly and it just dinked the... Oh... The upper part of the post, the upper stanchion, that is so unlucky for Maeda. That could have been 1-0 right there. That is... Whoa. That's the type of luck you need in these type of games. If that goes in, immediately St Mirren have to change their tactics, and this could be, instead of it being a 3-0 game, it could be going up towards a 5, 6, 7, but... the thickness of the post saved their skin there. But we don't look too phased by it, we just drop back into cover our shape. That's a loose pass though. St Mirren can go forward with it if they opt to, but instead they do what you would think they would do, pass back. Although they have lost it, Kyogo's been floored. Referee's gone temporarily blind and it's a throw into St Mirren. Kyogo is literally Family Guy style lying on the floor dead. It was sandwiched. I can see why, but realistically that should have at least been an advantage. But it's shown I think it was definitely a cross for Maeda, to be fair. It was really unlucky. Hopefully your Cowdenbeath are better. It's not Cowdenbeath I support, mate. It's Albion Rovers, my local team. They're playing, actually I think they're playing right now. How you doing, Virtual? You're late, but I am fucking here, like a superhero arriving in the nick of time. Hello, how are you doing, mate? Don't have a link to watch the game live. It's on it's a site called Viaplay, although it's a thing that's in Britain. I'm not sure what it would be in places like Chile, mate, to be fully honest, but just Google it and it comes up. But like I always say, Celtic fan groups, they always have stream links. That's how I usually find them if I need them. But this is just on a website, so fuck the SFA, etc, etc, etc. you're making up for lost time, I can fully understand. It's shown that Kyogo tackle again, he did actually hit the ground a lot harder than he looked. Holy shit, his lips bust. Didn't expect that. It's not bad or anything, he just kind of had to wipe a little bit away there, but I think he hit the ground a wee bit harder there, because Abada's warming up. I think Kyogo might be... I'm not sure if he's concussed or not. Well, he didn't have his hands in front of his face. And it's showing that he hits the ground quite hard, but it doesn't look like a harsh impact, if that makes sense, but I think it's just like the momentum and the speed he was going as well, it just kinda... Well, there's a batter that's come on for him, which is quite surprising. That would have been the time to bring on, but I presume they're just going to put Maeda central, and in fact I can actually confer that to those that can't see. I'm pretty sure that's probably what they've done. No, it's a straight swap, so Abada's playing at striker apparently. I don't believe that for a second. I think they would have changed that somehow. I think that's what their plan would be. Because if they plan to play Abada as striker, it means we're not going to be able to do the overlap and in kind of tactic, because he's not like... He's more of a delayed runner, you know what I mean? Like, he makes those late runs perfectly, but... I was about to say, if Maeda won that 50, he was pretty much clean through. So Mirren do have the ball in our final third though. It's the first time I've said that in like 10 minutes. Good ball in behind, and to be fair, it's a really good ball in behind, but Taylor closes his man down, and I think it came off of... It did, it came off of St Mirren, man. You got two Akers running. Interesting, what Akers were those? Were they any of the earlier games in the Scottish Cup? Johnston's played it back to Carter Vickers. He'll just opts to go across towards Starfelt. St Mirren have already, like I said, they've done 15 minutes of attacking and then they've dropped back, you know what I mean? Johnston's got it out, plays it into Abada. Moyes there, square it, son, does square it! Maeda, that's it! That's one! Please tell me he did that. If that was a touch at the end, I will scream. But if that's Maeda's... It's an Ange Postecoglou fucking masterclass. He knew Kyogo was going to get injured, so he went, fuck it, Maeda through the middle, and instantaneously it works. And again, it's a bald man to bald man, Aaron Moy to Dyson Maeda. I keep saying this, the only reason we shine as bright as we do is because of their bald heads. Fucking absolutely perfect for Abada, that playthrough pass, by the way. And Maeda just does what Maeda does, just gets in the front of it, pops it, and just makes sure there's enough to get it past the keeper. Absolutely sexual, thank you very much. And like I said, 15 minutes of pressure, they sit back and Celtic do their thing. That 3-0 is seeming more and more likely by the second. I am happy. Aaron Moydridge, it's the best bit of business at all. And I'm going to say, he's genuinely just... St Mirren's going to try and play out for the back hill, straight towards Starfelt. They are now in what I would call panic mode. Haha. Up them. We've started off as well as we could have, to be fair. Also, the stream's just, I think, peaked over 100 viewers, so hello to everyone that's here. Like and all that jazz. Starfelt's going to play it back though. Carter Vickers opts to go across to Johnston. Quick play at the back. Go for it. Does. It's behind again, and Maeda's gone for the long tank. He's trying that cross shot, to be fair, man. He's putting all the pressure on. Kong of the Apes. Now that is a name, to be fair. Thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate it. I just seen the Green Brigade's bad VAR decision. Douglas Ross is a cunt. Yes. I'm glad that the camera's literally got a close-up pan of that. That is beautiful. Oh shit, St Mirren have one a deflected 50. They do actually have a chance. And I've got to say, Carter Vickers, big block. I mean, I think Joe Ott would have got a save on it anyway, but Carter Vickers just reminding them that, oh, I'm still just as effective. Look at that, man. That is... He just shoulders it up and away. Good effort for Grieve, to be fair, but they're going to need a good, or really good swinging for here, to be honest, to put any pressure on. St Mirren do have an opportunity, so it's going to be... I'm curious, will they try and overload the box, or will they think defensively here? Surely they'd think defensively. Ball in, cleared away, and there's already a run on. The Swedish house mockery needs to get to fuck. Oh shit, St Mirren have got another good ball up the final third though. They'll try and do something with it, but Aaron Moy just takes the ball away because that's what he wills, and if he wills it, it will happen. And yeah, Johnston's just been taken down by, I think, Curtis Main. That'll be a foul for us. I get the fear every time the ball gets near him. To be fair, Starfelt's not had the worst game. He's done the basics right at the very least. He's done one or two good covers as well. And again, it's St Mirren. I'm not going to panic too hard unless there's a reason to. St Mirren have just done the adjusted work quite well. Like, yeah, that's what most teams that play 5 at the back do. They have a systematic formation where they try and break us down through the middle, but the issue with that is that we can then just use the wings, which is coincidentally where Celtic do their best work. That's why the only teams that ever get results against us are teams that play with that 4 at the back. And I mean, I St Mirren got that lucky win, but I'm talking more like in Europe, you know what I mean? St Mirren will try and spin the ball out wide though. It's well taken down actually by the 23. He's going to try and play it in. Curtis Main tries to hold up, the opts to do nothing with it. Taylor will try and play it from the back. McGregor's got it, and we'll just be able to kind of stifle the ball down and play just a wee bit more safe. Realistically, just kill St Mirren's momentum because they've had a good 5 minutes since we've scored. They've woken up a wee bit, you know what I mean? Kind of like a boxer when you've hit them really hard and they're kind of staggering. They're still alive, they're still aware of what's going on, but you're just watching in case there's a wild punch around the side that just catches you off guard, you know what I mean? But Celtic just seem to be holding their shape completely fine, so realistically, I'm not fucking worried, not even slightly. That is a name, by the way. There is no us and them, it's a delusion. My god, stick that on a t-shirt. Classical green and white. Your words, not mine. The words of many people in Glasgow and the world, to be fair. Moy's just been taken down, how dare you hurt my man. That's right, you get filled. See if they had a Ballon d'Or for bald players, do you think Maeda and Moy would be up there? Taking the dugout for a shit. Good information to know. You enjoy your walk. When you come back, we'll probably be 2-0 to the good. Speaking of that, Jota's played out wide and there's a break on here. Shit, Jota stayed down though. Please don't tell me he's injured or not. Oh, he's holding his ankle. Fuck, I think he's torn something. This is bad. No, he is. He's stayed down. He's coming off. We're already down 2 substitutions in 20 minutes, both of them from injuries. He's back up. Please tell me you're going to stay on your feet, lad. Do not hit the deck when the ball goes out of play, because that will break my heart. He's still running. I hope Jota's still running, but I'm about to say there really should have been a call. Fucking hell. His entire sock is like ripped open. That must have been studs up then. Mate, if you're tearing someone's clothes off to get to the ball, that's usually a fucking offence. Referee coincidentally forgets it. Zidane was baldy. Fun fact of the day. Taylor's played it back to Starfelt though. I'm just keeping my eye on Jota to see if he hits the deck at any point in the next few minutes, because that looked like a sore one. But it might just be one of those, like, when you hit your elbow, you know what I mean? It's just one of those kind of ones, make you seize up for a bit. There is a good ball in behind them, but it's stole away by St Mirren. They can try and do work with it. Grieve shoulders into his man, thinking that he's stronger than McGregor. How dare you? Starfelt will play it back towards Carter Vickers. And go again. Johnston will try and play it forward and see what he can do. Abada tries to shimmy it out right. He's still, it's like a wee rat, just constantly on him, keeping the pressure on. Nice. Forces it back to Johnston. Abada's got it again. Moy, good feet for him. Just good 1-2 touch passing to offset St Mirren's entire line. It's spread back out towards Carter Vickers and Starfelt. Ends up with Taylor on the left side. Yeah, I'm going to even start with this shit because you've heard it a million times. I've said it a million times, mate. Like, see, when we get a decision that, like, actually makes sense, I'll applaud it. But when I don't, there's just not really much I can say except fuck the SFA. It really comes down to that bracket. I mean, it's shown that Jota challenge again. Yeah, no, dude, that really should have been something a bit more than just a advantage, to be honest. If you're playing against Celtic, you German suplex Joe Hart during the penalty and get away with it. To be fair, yeah. I've made the joke a million and one times that, like, unless one of us gets shot at point blank range, nothing will really be given. And to be fair, Jota's sock looked like someone had just chaffered it, you know what I mean? Joe Hart has got the ball here, and here comes Grieve to try and suplex him. No, he passes it away. Carter, oh fucking hell, Vickers was taken out there. Advantage played. Turnbull's tried to win it back. There's another advantage played. Eventually Maeda just kind of pips it out wide to buy some time. St Mirren are trying to break the line. They're stepping up their game and playing through us a bit more now, but Celtic are just kind of holding their shape, and as long as our centre backs don't, you know, frowny face at the back, we're good. We'll be fine. Taylor's going to throw St Mirren's Taylor, who's also a left back, by the way. That's going to be really confusing to say at times. Throws off, Johnston stole away. McGregor just pips it out towards Taylor. Forward we go, boys. Good ball. Jota, spin it out. It's actually a really clever pass in central. It's just a little bit loose for Taylor. Yes, he's keeping his pressure on him though to win it back. Okay, it's apparently a St Mirren throw. I never even noticed that. Let's go. Nice, Stephen Robertson's taking down notes. Probably like, how the fuck did I get out of this half without being like 3-0 down? Postecoglou looks like he's vibing. He's just standing there with like the Andrew Tate pose basically. Minus the asshole effect of Andrew Tate, I guess. Oh, Taylor's won it back, nice. Starfelt can shift it. Opts to go back towards Hart. It's a bit of a weird first. I don't like that. That was a very... Any less power on that, and Curtis May had the ball with 2 in the box. I don't mind us playing out for the back, but I don't like us playing diagonal long passes inside of our box. It's not really ideal. Still 1 each way Roma, need for that to change. Oh. We know, let's check the scores at half time if you're... Oh shit, here's a chance though. Wide Abada, there's overlapping runs here. Go, 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 go. Abada does hit it in. It's headed up and over by Maeda again. It's another good run. And that's the thing with the front three that we've got right now. We've got a lot of delayed runs, and that's another really good one for Maeda. He just runs in and just kind of flicks it, but way up and over. How are you guys? Not too bad, Cola, man. We're just watching the game, vibing along, doing our things with the stream as usual. Anyone that has just coming. We've had a pretty solid first 25, 27 minutes, I would say. Like, we've played pretty good. I mean, St Mirren have had, again, little moments here and there, but because of the shape that they're playing, they're not really able to break through the back line. Because most of their chances have relied on basically a missed touch or a loose pass for the back, you know what I mean? I've got to say, it's the usual suspects that are playing man of the match right now. It's I would say right now it's Dyson Maeda, given the fact that he's already hit the ball and scored. But again, there's no bad performances through, like, most of them, you know what I mean? There's your channel stream all the Celtic games, I'll share it for future games. Any game that I can basically stream, I do. If you go onto my channel and hit the live tab, I've streamed basically most of the games this year, but I only started back in September, so I've got a decent catalogue. I've done like 20 of them by this point. I've got the rhythm and system down, but you know what I mean? Celtic won up in Scotland, Portland, Wales, Newmallory, Stockton. But really, if your luck's that good, mate, fucking buy a handful of them. Won it like twice. I'm more than happy to see Celtic win. That's my bare minimum of happiness, is just Celtic win, please. It's headed on. Moyes got a chance to break that. That's a loose pass. That's the first questionable decision Moyes made, but it is gathered back. Jota's got it. Skips past one. That's a lovely side touch. And again, another loose pass. I can see what they're trying to do. There's a lot of diagonals, you know, but there's not really too much consistency. I just seen the guy doing that symbol to the other guy in the background there. But we're a half an hour gone in this game. It's not as comfortable as I maybe would have liked, admittedly, in terms of the fact that we've only got one. But again, it's always a theme with us. It'll either go into the half 2-0 up and we're fine, or we'll go into the half with 1-0 up, scoring like the 80th, and then we'll just run off about it. Carl plays it out wide. Starfield to Carter Vickers, he'll keep that going. Play it out, son. Nice. This is what we do God's work, boys. Play it in. And he opts to play it back instead. So, I mean, St Mirren are holding their shape quite well now. They're not sitting with all of their bodies behind the ball anymore. They have actually put some people in the press. That'd be Greaves doing a lot of the work for them up front right now, because he's just kind of getting in the way Carter Vickers like quick long passes. So more often than not, we're being forced to go up to Starfelt and then up through the left, so they just kind of put more bodies on that side. But again, the 2-3 chances that we've had in the last 10 minutes have came from breaking that line, so if St Mirren are going to commit to it, we just need to commit to attacking. Don't fix what ain't broken, basically. So there is St Mirren's triangle press, it's up there. Good play out for Starfelt, goes up to Taylor, and this is what I was saying. St Mirren have marked this part of the pitch out, basically. Moy heads it on, no one's really going to get towards that. Always the goal, mate, exactly. If we win, we win. That's all I care about, just getting to the next round and having our names there. Because based on, again, the results earlier on, for those that haven't seen it, Wraith beat Motherwell, Inverness beat Livingston, Kilmarnock beat Dundee. There were a couple of weird results, I'll say that much, and for those that are mildly interested, Ayr beat Elgin after extra time. So there's already a couple of weird names in the hat for this quarter-final draw, you know what I mean? Because realistically, Celtic and Rangers in their head will think, if we get through these games, then our next match could potentially be against Wraith or Inverness, teams that realistically we should kind of walk all over. Oh shit, but as soon as I say that, St Mirren have won the ball back on that press, and they're going to play it out wide. Carter Vickers, with the longest legs you'll ever see, gets in front of that and blocks it away. So Mirren will try and play out from the back, play it back towards Collison, he'll just be forced to punt it long. It's a very rinse and repeat formula St Mirren are trying, but it's worked a few times. I would say it's like a 1-4 kind of situation right now. Ball out wide. Surely he's off. They're apparently saying it's not. He was just clearly about... now the flag's gone up after about 15 seconds. My guy, wake up. He's offside by a solid like 7 yards. I could walk through one room to the other and it would still be less distance between the... Like, why the fuck was that allowed to go on for so long? I mean, again, Carter Vickers' longest limbs in the universe just puts his body in the way and blocks it, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway, but... Overpowered pass, but Joe has somehow managed to keep it under control. Does lose out in the end though, and St Mirren will go back. Long ball, here we go. Formula attempt number 3. Headed up by McGregor. Loose touch for the St Mirren man, he's got it under control now though. Jot's pressuring him, he skips past him, goes forward. Taylor shifts it, nice, McGregor's got it there too. Starfield can opt to go with options here, Carter Vickers. Wise decision, just takes it to Johnston, spreads the play. Good ball into Maeda, tries to pap it up towards Maeda. Abada's won it back quickly though. Apparently the foul has to go back again and be retaken. Carter Vickers receives the throw, goes to Hart, and he quickly piles it up towards Taylor. Joe can do something here. Taylor could have taken that. Wait, Flash, what do you mean? I've never seen what Gukalaki said. I just said I was sad to see him go. If he's insulted our game, I'll have to like reverse time to take back my words. What did he say? Sorry, throat was getting a little dry. Back to the commentary. Ball played in behind. Maeda's got it. Jota can go forward. Right, we've seen this 2 or 3 times. Go past your man this time. Tries it in fairness to him, but doesn't get past him. And it's a good battle between that 23 and Jota, by the way. Like, they're really throwing themselves at each other. It's been some pretty good 50s, but he's taking the opportunity to complain. There's some truth in it, but it's funny considering he's only been there 2 weeks. Oh god, what? St Mirren go with the long throw, headed up. And Celtic should win that one. Carter Vickers, he threw himself into that again and got his mate, stayed down for a few seconds. You've got 4 or 5 Celtic bodies condensed in that left hand side of the pitch, sorry. Carter Vickers spreads the play down the right. Johnston can go forward with it. Quick pass to Moy, and I think he's seen his Mo in the crowd named for him. That's the second dodgy pass I've seen from Moy, but most of them have been pretty good. He said the MLS is more competitive than the MLS, the retirement home for like League 2 players. Get a grip. The standard for football in general is better, including training. Yeah, because if you have a fucking multi-billion-dollar corporation pumping money into it for fucking year after year like the MLS do, of course they're going to have better training fucking pitches, but they don't have better players. You put Celtic up against their goddamn... Who won the MLS this last year? Put Celtic up against... Put Motherwell up against them, they'd get scudded. The fuck you mean? MLS have like maybe 1 or 2 alright players, but they wouldn't float in this league. That's why Gukamakis got shipped to them. That's why Lewis Morgan got shipped to them. That's why Patrick Klamara got shipped to them. That's why Victor Wanyama plays there now. It's so fucking dumb. All I'm going to say is if any MLS team can hold their weight, it's not even close to what like a team like fucking even Shakhtar Donetsk can do. That's why if they're going to have an Intercontinental Cup, they should have teams of similar calibre, because it's just funny. But nonetheless, Ball forward. Jota's going to chase it in behind. It's a quick ball in behind. That's a really good attempt to try and pip it towards Maeda quickly there. He didn't do well to get to it quickly enough. So Mirren just put bodies on the way. Send you the screenshot so you can read it at half time. Oh, I will do it first, cheers. Jota's got it out. Moy, play it in, nice. Go, 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 go. It's just too many powerful passes. They're being forced to take one or too many touches. McGregor. Good ball out wide. Carter Vickers to Joe Hart. How many cunts have been stabbed or killed in the MLS League? Exactly. No one can top us in any stat. But realistically, like the MLS, like, they're growing. They're a developmental league. That's what I would call them. Like, oh shit, Mirren, well played for Hart to come out there. Showed his experience to come out and claim that before there was any pressure. Montreal, he's the captain of Montreal now. But they're an MLS team. It's like the Raptors in the NBA. They're from Canada, but they're included kind of thing. Greaves stayed down now. It's been a good, because of how fast paced the game is, because it has been end to end. Like some players are just hitting the deck with strains at this point. Because he bust a gut to try and get towards Hart there, but he has stayed down. Play some rebel tunes at half time. If it didn't get me copyrighted, I'd be more than happy though. I'll need to find like a Kids Bop version of it. That was again, that was a 38-year-old Zlatan, and even then he was like, I'm still too good for this league, and went back to Europe. Because he realised he was wasting his talents in that league. Like that, Wayne Rooney went over there, Steven Gerrard went over there, but that was in the last, like, what, 6-7 months of their careers. Like, yeah, the MLS is fine, it's a good league in itself, but it's like comparing, like, two different sauces, you know what I mean? Scotland's football is way different, but it's much more entertaining and fun to watch than the MLS. Besides, I'll never forgive them for having that penalty system where he had to run for the halfway line. Yeah, back to AC and they scored in the Milan derby. Exactly. So, like, if the MLS is so competitive, Mr. Gukamakis, then aye, good luck. Well, Greaves officially going to have to come off now, yeah. So we can restart play very soon. Tony Watt will come on. That seems to be the... He seems to play for every club. Like, every time I see us play a lower, like, level team in our league, Tony Watt always seems to be playing for them. I'm convinced there's 3 of him just in circulation. Ball out wide. Go on, this is promising if you can take a touch. He does get a good one off. Moy's got it, ball in behind. It's going to go all the way through though. Square goal. That's what it fucking, like, genuinely, like, it's disappointing because Gukamakis was a good player, you know what I mean? But if that's what he wants to say, then it makes it all the more funny because we got rid of him with that mentality, so. Oh, we've been trapped in our back. Oh, that's really good for Mirren. They're still forcing the ball, but Taylor somehow manages to clear that up. Turnbull just flicks it on for McGregor. Turnbull's played the very conservative and quiet role today. The man is still playing at still playing at 41 at the top level. Yo, so what do we think of each? Are we doing the whole Spurs thing? 3-1 Celtic, is that your prediction on? That's a pretty good prediction to be fair. The way St Mirren are playing now, they could maybe get a goal, but oh shit, long range shot. Oh, I thought there was way more power than it. So, I don't think anything of Rangers. I don't have the brain space to even care enough to think about them. In that comment, basically, yeah. On that comment, yeah, 2 back-to-back comments that sum up. That is the weirdest piece of defence I've probably seen in a long time. Starfelt, instead of just headering it, like karate spins and like knees it clear. Interesting tactic. Gotta say, that 23, I do not know his name. Forgive me for not knowing his name. I have not seen the back of his shot once, but he's played fairly well. There's been a few of them. That Taylor for them's playing well. Ironically, you know, so is our Taylor. You've got 5-0 for Celtic. Ooh. To be fair. Five 0's a pretty bold claim for the game that's near enough half-time only won, but I respect your commitment to the scoreline. They're having words. The game is very stop-start now. Like, I'm not just talking shite to fill in time or anything. Like, the game's getting stopped every 2 fucking minutes. More trouble with dandruff. That's what it feels like. They're holding up play again. What's all this shit? Are they VAR checking something? Oh, for fuck's sake! They're going to try and VAR Johnston touching someone as a red card offence. Are you kidding me? There is no intention in that. That is natural body movement. 2-2 for 3 on pens to Celtic. You think this goes to extra time? I mean, I get it, but I don't. It's not going to happen. So Mirren do have a throw from the outside of the box though, and they will throw it in with a lot of, well, I thought they would have done way better with that, but instead he's just kind of tried to like Travella shot it, and it's just slowly nowhere near the target. Yeah, half time is basically, what is this to, yeah, what is this to, inappropriately, not like a hand up the arse, like, oh, that kind of thing, like, it goes across his man, and like when you run, your arm goes up, well, as his arm was going up, skiffs the dude's face. And apparently that was enough to warrant a VAR check. Nothing was given, don't worry. 5 added minutes. I just clocked out of the corner of my eye. What the fuck do you mean? What are they trying to add 5 minutes? Well, to be fair, the game has been stop and start like hell. Hearts got it. Bit of pressure for the St Mirren men, but they do clear it away. Up towards Moy. Oh shit, he's lost out, so they can go forward. There's that 23 again. Good ball in for St Mirren, and that's another good chance for them, to be fair. It's a header over. Joe Hart tried to be clever and he nearly backfired. What the fuck? I thought they were going to allow that to like play on. Was there an offside call or some jazz? No, it was just a really good header for. But Watt kind of stood up and tried to close his. He's in the box. You're not really allowed to do that. Starfelt will gallop forward. If we can get one more right before the end of half time, that would be very nice. Like, I would very much appreciate it. And as I say, that's a good ball from Maeda to try and find a Bada, but it's cut out and we can go, oh, never mind, St Mirren go forward. Loose first touch and Carter Vickers just goes back to Hart and yeah, Flash described it perfectly. There's no offence there. Oh shit, what are you doing, Taylor? He's lost the ball. St Mirren's just threw the ball into the box. Their captain, he's directing them more forward now. They're outside of the box. That's a good effort. And St Mirren are, man, they're really trying to finish us half with some gusto. But we can go forward. McGregor's going to go forward with it now, in towards Johnston, out towards Moy. Quick ball out to Abada. one side to the other. We've done this a lot and we've done it well this game. Ball in towards Moy, quick ball across, but Taylor, or St Mirren's Taylor, is there to clear out. Yeah, last time I checked with a contact sport, not basketball. Even basketball allows more fucking contact than that. There's nothing to it, but if you're going to try and get a player sent off, you might as well try. It's deflected. How the fuck is that not going in? Starfelt's fired a shot in. Curtis Main's holding his stomach, but Starfelt's claiming it came off his hand. I think it came off his stomach, to be fair to him. I know it definitely came off his stomach. That was a sole one. I think he took a full power shot basically to the ball sack. So spare a moment for Curtis Main. The blood vessels are literally protruding out the side of his head. He's felt that. I know he is. He's literally he's cutting his balls. He's felt that solid, man. Fair play for a striker to throw his body in the way like that, because again, if Starfelt, like if Main wasn't there, that's a Starfelt goal every day of the week. Oh, they're claiming handball for the ball across, which wasn't checked. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't even see that first one. There was no replay that showed that first angle. There was a handball as the ball came into the box. But again, I don't think it would be intentional enough to declare it a penalty shout. Turnbull does have it, he'll ping it in. This goes all the way towards Moy. That is a beautiful... Moy plays in a belter of a ball and Jota nearly scores a belter, although apparently it's a St Mirren... Yeah, it'll probably be a St Mirren goal kick. But again, very clever play. Moy's playing is basically a de facto winger, and it's been called for offside, but... That was lovely. He does like an inside spin flick, tries to get it over the ball. Half time should realistically be getting called any second now, but there'll probably be a few moments because of that. The one or two odd stoppages. Oh shit, my head has stole the ball in the final third. Go on, big man. Goes central, somehow has it. Oh, you slightly heavy on that last touch. McGregor closes down one run, but St Mirren can gallop forward and do something now. They'll try and pop it. Headers it on. That's probably going to be half time. He's looking at his watch. And it is half time. Well, Celtic do lead this one pretty respectably, 1-0. I mean, the stats don't really justify how straightforward the game has been. Maybe what is the position stats? 24% for St Mirren. Well, that's probably the most accurate part of this game. We've had a lot of good balls into the box, but we've not really made any good contact on them. And any chance we have had has been very close. We've only had one or two slight ones. Got 3-0 on my anytime scorer, 28-1. 3-0 seems to be the theme that everyone's going with right now. But well, it's as good a start as any. I mean, St Mirren haven't had a shot on target. We've been more than fine, to be fair. We're forcing them to make fouls. We're not really making any bad offside runs. I haven't even seen that. Like, we've not had any problems. We've had a pretty solid game by all accounts so far. But as Virtual said, there was two weird decisions. The fact that they VAR'd Johnston's dainty princess contact, but they didn't VAR Jota getting his entire sock torn off. There is, again, like, I just think these cunts, they sit, like, literally like this, right? They just sit, watch it happen, and then go. I think I'm going to be temporarily blind for the next 10 seconds. It is insane how they try and justify that shit, but fair enough to them, I guess. We're still in we're still 1-0 to do good, but that is half time, so if you want to go and get a little cup of tea or whatever, you're more than welcome to do so. We have about 15 minutes of time. Finish this first virtual sentence. Fuck the SFA. Is it the SFA? I'm putting 10 million on SFA. See you in the second half. I'll share your stream and try and get more troops in. I appreciate it, Chief. That's nice of you. Well, that's man, I'm kick-offs in about 10-15 minutes, so there's plenty of time for you to go and do what you need to do. Same for anyone else here. We'll just, oh yeah, I said I would read Flash's little Discord thing, didn't I? Let's see what it was. Let me try and drag all this. If I have any drop frames, my apologies, I'm just trying to see something. Interesting. Okay, so here's the full Gukamaku's quote in its entirety as per request from Flash. At Celtic it was a totally different style of play, the competition there is not so good. Hold on. I just realised this is probably the more effective screen to do this on. There are two clubs and all those other clubs try to defend. Most of the opponents were trying to block us in their box, so we were keeping possession and trying to create spaces to score in a different way. Because if you're a dominant team, that's usually what happens. You're going to be defended against, but we move. I think this league is a bit more competitive. They all try to play, so I think I will find even more spaces in the back of the defence and create more problems. No, the difference is that the fucking MLS don't have a relegation system that completely, like, fucks over an entire club's hope for like a year minimum. Scotland, we're 30-7 up against Wales. Hold the fuck up. Hold on, I'm getting that checked now. Chrome. Load. Holy shit, no way. This might be a football stream, but we're going to give these guys just as... because these... they popped off. Fuck, I thought the win against England would have been as good as it gets. That is dominance. Yes. I love being Scottish, it's great. I know the train spotting quotes are very like, it's shite being Scottish. Nah, you can't say it's shite when they're 37 up against Wales. That's funny. Up them. And again, the only game I'm mainly focused on because the title is this one. What do we think? Oh, if I just clocked that, what do we think of Scousers? Sadio Mane is the best in the world. What are you laughing for? You laughing for? I'm being serious. Yeah, I just love their accents. They're beautiful people. Oh, because you are a Scouse? I didn't even see that last comment. Well, there you go. Scouse people are bops, man. It's this, like, as a Scottish person, I have respect for 3 places in England, and one of them, Liverpool, or just, you know, as I said, as a whole, I guess. Obviously, you can't not include Newcastle. I just love the Geordie accent. Oi, aye, man! Super funny. But, obviously, it just basically mostly northern places, you know what I mean? I just like people from Windsor because their accents are just really cringe, and I just love to rip the piss out of them. Like, I have a friend that has that accent, so I'm like, hello, how are you doing? How's your accent? Cringe. But they're just running over the half-time things and all that jazz as well. Oh yeah, if you do I stick around to like the full time, by the way, I'll be bringing in Flash to that at the end of the stream for like post-match talk and all that jazz. And then I'm pretty sure once I've finished streaming here, he'll be going live doing something. I'm not sure if I'm involved or what yet. I don't know his game plan or whatever, but yeah, it's more like a about thing. I haven't even checked to see if we gained any. I set a goal for 560 today. So if we're anywhere near that, then not 560. What the fuck am I saying? That'd be 460. No, that's the correct number. Thank you, Callum. Your brain cells have decided to work. It's just 99 people watching me stare at my phone. That's content. Else one in Liverpool. Well, I mean, the clubs that I support, I mean, the clubs I literally support are all You'll Never Walk Alone clubs, but I have a Liverpool shirt. I mean, I could go and get it, but I can't be off standing up. But I had like the 120, I think it's the 125th anniversary one. I had all the little letters intricately lined through. But I mean, I might wear it on the next stream for vibes. Oh, we're at 464, so we have actually stream goals already been more than justified. Man. We're both predicted, not just on hope, but general standard. This time around we can qualify. Oh yeah, for the World Cup, definitely. If we keep like the way we are, like, I don't like the World Cup. What is the qualification group again? Because I know Spain's definitely World Cup. There we go. It's not these ones I want to see. It's these ones, the Euro qualifiers. Because these games are kind of crucial as well. What is? Can I get like the? See, that's a winnable group for the Euros, realistically. I mean, anyone that is Scottish in here, what are your thoughts on that group? Is it winnable? Because in order for us to feel confident enough to qualify for the World Cup next time out, we need to qualify for the Euros, and the fact that we've already got a guaranteed playoff spot through the Nations League, and this group, we have two realistically good chances to qualify for back-to-back Euros, and that would give us the confidence, or at least the mentality to go, hey, we can do this, or we can be mainstays. Happy that he hasn't got the goal earlier. Yeah, I mean, it was a lovely goal as well. Again, Aaron Moy was the one that created it. Is anyone surprised by that? I mean, Moy is literally involved in basically any goal that we've scored. To be honest, I couldn't believe Everton beat Arsenal at the weekend, and it was well deserved. Yeah, but Sean Dyche is like the master of having a relegation club and just not getting relegated is just part of his vibe. Super cool that Celtic FC brings a lot of talent in from Asia. Oh yeah, that like again, a lot of people think that it's just a trend because Postecoglou's come in, but we've had a pretty good history of like Japanese or Asian players as a whole, to be fair. I mean, my favourite player, one of my idols, is fucking Nakamura. I say this almost any stream when someone asks. No second, I'd say Spain top it. Well, yeah, I mean, there's two qualifying spots. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at first spot because Spain are too good in terms of depth. Not necessarily, the first team isn't like great, but they've got too much squad depth in comparison to Scotland, because we can put out a solid first 11, but then our bench, you look at them and you raise your eyebrow like, why are they there? You know what I mean? But if we keep up, again, as long as Klopp keeps doing what he's doing and keeps picking up wins, I'm not going to fucking complain. Also, the anniversary shot, I was speaking about Flash with this yesterday, but it was, have you seen how fucking clean this is? I want the full picture. Give me the full picture. Give me the full picture. That's going to be the anniversary kit. There's cleaner images, don't get me wrong, but holy shit. Oh, the badge. That is a Scotland kit, man. That's what I love to see. We need to start going up against the big guns. Like, if you can perform consistently, then it should be against any team to be consistent. Well, yeah, basically we need to do what Celtic have failed to do in Europe, basically. Just don't just compete in the big games and throw down the game. You have to be consistent on a daily basis. Basically every time you step out onto that pitch, you're giving it your all. Because Scotland can have select games. I mean, I can see us realistically beating or drawing against Spain at Hampden, maybe a last minute winner, you know, similar to what we did against Israel not too long ago, like that calibre of holy shit moment. But I don't see us doing much more than, you know, second in that group, even if we play at our best, because, like I said, Spain's depth is just massively endless. It's like France. They could have 5 or 6 first 11s that would be better than most national teams. That's how we didn't qualify the last time out. Hamden, we wrote Ukraine off. We didn't write Ukraine off. We just didn't play to Ukraine's like passing. If anyone watched that game, what sucked about it was the fact that any other day we would have won that game. It was just a matter of the fact that Ukraine took their chances when they came, and they were fantastically convincing on the break. But we seen what we could do against them the next time we played them at Hampden, 3-0 sweep, because we were able to finish our chances. It seems to be a thing with Scottish football where we can defend fairly okay, our midfield's usually quite but an attack is also the best and worst aspect of our team, because if we finish it... What is this? I have no idea what that is. If I click on that, will that open something? Oh, they're warming up the... It's taking me to a site outside of YouTube apparently. I have no idea what that means. Any passionate Scots in here, you gotta use this. Right, let me see what this is. Oh, right, it's just a better picture of the cat. Oh yeah, I can show that one. Do you see how fucking clean this is? It is a baller of a shot, and I will 100% be trying to get my hands on it, because this is a shot that you can already tell it's going to be a classic 10-15 years down the line. Any links to watch the game? It's a Viaplay, Chief. If you go and Google it, it will come up. It's like a small subscription fee if you choose to do so, although, however, you can also go into Celtic fan pages and find links that way. 35-7 to the Scottish, job done. Fantastic, man. Things are looking up for us as a nation, isn't it, man? All we need is that vote and we're sorted. You always trust me, mate. Well, yeah. I was just scared in case it, like, because I have the YouTube tab open, it's obviously running the stream. If I went off it, it would, like, freeze my stream for a second. Your brother's at the match. Hell yeah, man. I hope he's having a good time. It should be. I mean, right now Gordon Strachan's just speaking on the side, so I think we're about 3-4 minutes away from the second half starting, so I summon the people back. They'll probably join back around the 50th minute. It's the same as any half. It's probably going to sell as well as our Celtic away kit. Yeah, because it's honestly that clean. Adidas have nailed it. They've understood the task. Scotland, we don't need fancy, intricate kits. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is maybe about as intricate as Celtic have been over the last decade, and I love this shirt because of the tartan. Like, I mean, can anyone not like this shirt? Does anyone hate this shirt in chat? Please tell me, because if you do, -1 respect. I mean, it genuinely is. It's like the Scotland kit's one of the cleanest kits I've seen in a long ass time. I should also thingy this up a bit, because I realised I have my light off. Oh. No. Do not expose my whiteness. I am pale. Holy shit. Hell yeah, boy. I just need, like, the lowest setting. Thank you. Can I get the lowest setting? Can I get there's the lowest setting. And let me change the thing. Oh, no. Sorry, I'm just going through the motions to figure this out. Then this one here. That works. Oh, second half looks like it's about to get underway. Players are out and lining up. The Mirren players out. For the second half. We'll be getting underway just shortly. If you could try and get the stream to 100 concurrents, that would be very nice. Also, just subscribing helps. We've already broken the stream, sub goal and all that jazz anyway. As usual, you guys have fucking blown me out the water. This is a cup match, a 5th round cup match. What I'm looking at right now is basically what this game has been. It's just 11 Celtic players on the field against nothing. They are there, I guess, Lamal. Yeah, then was fuck what was happened there. What's happened to the St Mirren players? Have they just realised that they've got no chance? They've just gotten on the bus and went home? Although technically kick-off's not due for another minute. None of it's with VXX. Ah, there they are. Well, it's good to see O'Hara. He's not been absolutely brutalised from the mauling from Johnston earlier on that required VAR. But Scotland just beat Wales in the rugby as well, so I'm a happy boy. So we can wrap up with this half with a nice little victory. I will be pleased. I will be happy as Larry. O'Hara will get the second half underway. I'll wait for us to burn out. There I'll focus up 100%. Because I know that some of you actually just prefer the commentary a wee bit more. Or the Welsh and Scottish on the baby. Oh, aye, almost undoubtedly. Even the Scottish and English fans were having beers with each other after the Calcutta Cup match. That's the thing with rivalries. That's why I don't understand like why people hate Rangers fans as much as they do. Like, I can understand. I mean, I have a lot of Rangers fans for family. That like I'm the standout in my family, at least on my mum's side. Like I'm one of the few Celtic fans. But we always have a laugh. You have to have a laugh because everything else in life is quite shit. There was already a really good chance. Oh, really good chance there for Maeda, by the way. I went up. Oh, the replay make that look way worse than it probably did in real time. I missed that out of the corner of my eye, but Maeda just had a shot in front of goal and missed it. I think it was another quick ball in behind. It was. That was really unlucky. But Celtic will start off with the same kind of momentum that I'd imagine they had to the end of the last half. But St Mirren have came out the gates here. They're up with a few bodies, trying to shimmy it. Share your page. Oh, cheers mate, I appreciate it. O'Hara's going to dink it in behind, but Hot, realistically, he comes out and claims it and will be able to just go out for the back straight away if you want to throw the ball. He does, there we go. Straight out to Johnston. Good ball out wide. Starfelt can run forward with it, or just opts to go to Taylor instead. The Celtic win, absolutely. All your enthusiasm will always just make sure that we win, to be fair. We have that mindset, we've already won. Not complacency, but confidence. And that is a confident pass for Johnston. Moyes got it out wide. Maeda's got in between them, and the St Mirren men have collided with each other to put themselves in it. Whilst more than talking with you, watching the game and warming up for later. Alright, well, yeah. Well, after this Flash, when he joins the call, you'll put his link in the description thing, because you should go and follow him, because we'll be playing dots after this, for those that are interested. But right now it's football, and Moy will try and swing this one in. High ball. Cleared away, I think, by O'Hara initially, but it's gone back towards Moy. McGregor's got it. Yeah, O'Hara's came out to kind of close his man down. It's played across towards Taylor. You've got Starfelt acting as a fallback. See, family is family, mate. If you hate someone because of the club they support, you realistically need a grip. I'll only ever hate Rangers fans for 90 minutes, and then once that 90 minutes is done, I'll be like, yes. Unless there's extra time, then I'll hate them for 120 minutes, and if there's not extra time, then I'll hate them to the end of penalties, but once that game's done, smile. Joe Hart's got it though, and he can play it from the back. I have a feeling I'm going to be saying that a lot. We've changed up our tactic very slightly. For those that are watching the game, you've probably already noticed it, but we're using the wings a hell of a lot more extensively, with our midfielders being like the anchors for the wings. We're basically using like a bowl formation when we attack, so that if St Mirren get it, they're trapped unless they hit it long. So things are going pretty good, well, realistically so far anyway, but Carson will have to, again, he'll be forced to punt this long. I wouldn't imagine he'd play it short. sectioned. God, no. McGregor nearly loses out to the St Mirren ones. I had to hold my tongue there because they were actually very close for having like a 4-on-2. Taylor has got the ball back though. Moyes got it, plays it in behind, but it's not going to find anyone except the man in pink. Carlson will grab the ball. Immediately looks to just take the sting out of the attack. He's just slowing the ball down, bouncing it. I always love that view, see when it cuts to the camera angle behind the goal and you can see like the entire away end with the Green Brigade. In fairness to St Mirren, I was joking that they wouldn't bring many fans before I seen the pitch, but actually I brought a fair few numbers. Obviously after the Celtic and St Mirren game, there's only 2 other Scottish Cup matches to be played. Rangers are playing in one, obviously, and what was it, Darvel and Falkirk are the other. There's a good ball, oh, he's tipped it. He really should have tried to catch that. Jota's got it back on the left hand side. He'll try and swing into the right, he doesn't. Goes to Taylor and Turnbull, they exchange a good 1-2 into the middle. McGregor's got time and space, please shoot, he doesn't. Johnston's going to have time and space, he doesn't shoot either. Ball in behind, Johnston hit a cross, sure, oh, it's hit the post, holy fuck. And just like the first half, we start off with really good quick counter-attack of football, ball in, and again, I think Maeda, he's hit the post twice now. Another really solid effort, it just didn't find it just didn't take the right bounce. That's so unlucky, that could have been 2. This is the only other slight concern because we're 1-0 up. If we get a second before the 60th, then I'm not worried, but if it gets to like 80th and it's still 1-0 and St Mirren are still playing with the pressing that they have shown at times, then this could get a little bit dicey. And Gordon Battle, how you doing, Matthew? It's nice to see you back, Chief. Joe Hart's got it, he'll just exchange a 1-2 with Starfield, he does, right? And towards McGregor, and again St Mirren engaged that high press. It's 5 against 3 right now, but Celtic are just playing through them. Hart goes long. It's basically a mini bout of cutting out the midfield, but that's a brilliant steal for McGregor. Or Turnbull, I believe, actually, sorry. Johnston, good ball out, Abada's got it. I thought maybe Moy would have tried to chase it, but a good quick snapshot pass in, doesn't find anyone, cleared away. So they just try and keep the ball occupied, but it'll bounce out for a St Mirren goal kick. 3rd time lucky, well I mean, by the law of averages, he hit the post and then scored, so Maeda's due a second. That is, as a sitter, I'm not going to lie, that replay, again, it's very similar to the chance right at the start of the second half where the ball comes across and he should just really put it in. But Celtic are making a lot of chances, and the chances that we're making are clean cut. It's not like St Mirren's half chances. It's very much like, I guess if it was a battle of XG, we're more than fine in that battle. But we realistically do need that second one, as Garrett's just pointed out. We need another for that buffer, and if we do get it before like the 60th, 65th, St Mirren will burn out by the 70th, and that 3-0 prediction's more than likely. But if it's 1-0 and we get towards the 75th, 80th minute, St Mirren will grow in confidence rather than rescind. But Taylor's just balling around the back. I think it's been pulled back for offside though. And Celtic will just have to kind of brace themselves to go again. So I'll deal with that later. Oh shit, yeah. Ball out behind, Johnston's got it on the wing. Good dink, really good dink, but again, well closed off, and Abada's been shuffled off that ball really well by their defence. In fairness, St Mirren are throwing bodies in the way of everything. That's what they need to do, that's what they need to consistently show, and they've done it well. McGregor. Taylor, quick shift to Jota. Jota's dropped a little bit deeper. Abada's more like an inverted winger, if any of you know how like positions and positions work, but Abada's more or less like an inverted winger, and Jota's dropping more or less. Well, he's more or less hugging the touchline actually when we're on the defensive side of things, but when we break, he kind of shuffles sometimes into mid. Because it's the same way Aaron Boy, sometimes you see him kind of hanging around the right hand side. There'll be a couple of subs in the final score 3-0 at the time. Oh, hopefully it stays. As long as we win, I don't give a shit if it stays 1-0 until the full 90. I would be content with it. I just don't want to see St Mirren have any more good passages of play. Most of their work has been solid defensively, but we have broken the line more often than not, so it's just about keeping that pressure up. Moyes flicked out for Johnston, a good backheel pass, and somehow he's managed to beat Curtis Main to that, and that's good shifting behind Johnston. Ball across, and Maeda again tries that near post run, but it's cut out. I think St Mirren have woken up to that pass. So about 5 or 6 times we've tried it. It has worked twice, or actually 3 times to memory, but St Mirren do eventually buy a foul on the left hand side. Still inside their half though, so I wouldn't imagine it would be an in-swinger. Keep the faith up. My faith is very much there. Like I said, it's not complacency, it's confidence. I am more than confident on how we're playing right now. But I would always appreciate a second. Buffer. Long punt. Headed down eventually, and we can go forward again. Jota, long switch. Don't think it will find a green and white shot, but pressure can be put on, and that was a moment. Taylor headed it back to Carlson, and Maeda nearly got in between them. Yeah, good pass. Right, that's lovely. Turnbull's got it. The only interesting aspect to this is the fact that we've already made a change. So it's a case of who would be the next one, because usually we take one of our forwards off, but we've already done that, like pre-20th minute. So I wonder if Postecoglou will stick with that, and kind of, how is that a foul to St Mirren? Jota's the one getting pulled there, apparently. Alright, fair enough. A win is better than no win. Exactly that, Paul, exactly that. I don't give a shit how they come, it's just that they come in general. A win is a win. Although again, I'll give St Mirren the credit. I thought after we scored, they shut off for a few minutes, but they have genuinely had moments where they've surprised me. But they're just a team that tends to hang in there by the coattails. That's kind of their niche. Maeda stole the ball back for, he was going to get closed down. It was 2-on-3 though. Curtis Main, he'll just try and dink it in, and it's a really good ball in actually. It's still more, oh god, get it away. Well, it's an offside, thank god, but Gallagher's stayed down anyway. Let's see, it was a good ball in for Curtis. It is offside, to be fair, there was nothing wrong with the call. I really don't know why he stayed down after it either, was he? Not really. It's probably with his feet moving now though, so we continue it. Carter Vickers out wide to Johnston. Play down. He does, Abada on the overlap. There's Moy on that right hand side. He's not exactly got the engine that Daijin Maeda has, he's not going to get to that. And Abada just seen a bald head and went, yep, let's go. Why not put Maeda in the middle, move Jota to the left and play Abada if he ain't going to use it. Well, that is what he's doing, Chief. He's playing Maeda straight through the centre, he's got Jota on the left and Abada on the right. Kyogo went off on the 18th, well, between the 18th and the 20th minute with I think it's like a suspected concussion. But I think they would take Maeda off, but they'll take Maeda off in like the 65th, 70th or something, and they'd probably bring it on then. That would be my guess, maybe, but... Shit, so Mirren have got the ball in the final third. Good pass for Curtis Main. Gallagher's shifted it. Tries to dink it. That's again very weird 50-50 battles happening in that final kind of part of the pitch. St Mirren will just try to force their hand. Oh, you don't need to say that bad. It's more than understandable because Google's lineups make no fucking sense. St Mirren aren't playing with the formation that they're doing right now, but Maeda's not there. He's playing in the middle. Jota's on that side. Abada's on that side. It's the usual formation that I think we're sticking with. That's why I think if there is a change, it would be Maeda that comes off for O, because that's probably why they put Abada on rather than bringing O on straight away just for the sake of fitness. Oh, Matt O'Reilly's warming up in the touchline. Oh shit, St Mirren have pickpocketed, and again, I think Moyes stayed down this time, and St Mirren have a 4-on-5 now. They skip past one, good shot, blocked away by Starfelt, I believe. I think it was a mix of two efforts, and Maeda's just stole past one. He's going to keep the pressure on, but Taylor gets it back to Carlson, the Livingston Taylor. But again, that's going to confuse me. Why did they both have to be left backs? It's just cleared long, and Hart's going to gather and go again. There is O'Reilly, and there is O. Yeah, so I think it's going to probably be, I would imagine Moy. Yeah, I would imagine it would be Moy and Maeda. But it might be Turnbull and Maeda. Maeda's definitely going to be the change though. I would have figured that because he's not running as quick as he was in the first half. But again, that's not to Maeda's discredit before anyone's like, don't hang his performance. He's been fantastic. But I think we just need to have a physical presence up there, especially if we're going to be crossing the ball in as often as we have. We just need someone that we can have as a height option rather than just playing it across the bottom and trying to force the issue. The quarterbackers will play it from the back, Johnston. Quick switch, and somehow again Moy is really clever at getting past people, but his touch after it just kind of let him down a little bit there. And the changes have been confirmed. Interesting. Well, Atati's just kind of rescinded for nowhere. Moy's one of the changes for sure. Plus goes around for everyone. Having words with the ref. Hatati's coming on for Moy, so I would imagine O'Reilly's coming on for Turnbull. That would be my guess. It'd be brilliant if the Jags win the matter. It would surprise me if they did, to be fair, but hey, we've seen the Scottish Cup work its magic already, did it? Yeah, Turnbull is off for O'Reilly, and wait, Jota's come off for, so Maeda's still on the pitch, apparently. So are they switching him? I presume they're going to switch Maeda back to the left and play O through the middle. Interesting, I thought they kept Jota on, but apparently not. Alright, so the new front three is Abada on the right, O is central, and Maeda's now on the left. You've got Hatate playing as like an in-behind, like, shadow striker, I guess. Basically just a higher line midfielder. But Johnston goes back to quarterbackers, and here's where options can come in. Opts to go back to Hart, he'll take a second and play it across the back. Starfelt. Quick out to Taylor. Nice. Well, there are about 25 minutes left in this game. It's kind of hard to balance up how it's going. You know what I mean? Like, we're playing more than capable to put this game to bed, and realistically we should have. There's a good ball in behind Maeda. Swear it. Oh, it went to the wrong one. If it found those head, realistically 2-0, but way too much power on it, and it goes behind to Abada, and I mean, he's not got anywhere near enough neck muscles to power that one, and just kind of forces it with the power. It's way wide. It's a lovely idea for Maeda. I think he just put too much on the cross. So Mirren can breathe a Small sigh of relief before they're forced to go again. That's going to be the issue. Cleared out. Starfelt. Nice. Good ball out. Cleared away. They're going to try and force the issue again here, but St Mirren do hold their line, play it back towards the keeper, and long ball. Are they going to do it again? Yep. They've rescinded back to their tactics. So they're alternating every like 10 or 15 minutes between pressing high and causing issues and forcing the problem, and then sitting deep, forcing the ball along and letting the big mans do basically like, I mean, I guess in NBA terms, they're doing like post guard work, you know what I mean? They'll just try to force it into the big men and let them lay it off to the wings and force overlaps and shit, so it's interesting. St Mirren haven't just decided to settle for losing 1-0, they're trying to find their way back into the game, so I've more than enough respect for them. I think that's why most of the changes that Postecoglou made, they were attack-of minded, because in his head he's like, yeah, 1-0's not safe. You could be against one of the worst teams in the world, but if they're only 1-0 down with 5-10 minutes left to go, they'll feel themselves. They'll feel like they have a chance. Both teams, in a weird way, are playing for, you know, playing for their pride, because Celtic want a second to basically stamp this and be like, look, there was no question about it. But St Mirren have played very well and have justified a lot of what they've done today. Like I can't find too many faults with it. I thought it would have been a Livingston kind of scenario where they do kind of put bodies out and just sit back, but they've had moments. I'd imagine Google's not really justified that with the shots. Another 2 goals coming up, well, I fucking hope so, to be honest. But I would be happy with just the one. It's just because a part of me has that God-given fear of, what happens if they do get a last-minute winner, because I've seen it happen so many times. That's the thing, if you've grown up a Celtic fan, you've been a Celtic fan for more than like 20 years, I have seen some horrible last-minute losers. Even draws that have felt like losses. Oh, Bacchus has already thrown his body in, and he's been yellowed. I'll be curious to see what happens here. I'd imagine we just play for the back here. Aye. Starfelt will get and go. Well, damn, nearly 170s in here. More came back for the second half. Hello, how are you doing? I'm a Celtic fan, so if you are a Celtic fan and you like Celtic content, do that thing that's at the bottom of the screen on the right. Also liking the stream, that'd be cool. My plan's to bring you as many of them as possible. The next one's the Aberdeen match on the 18th, and obviously the Rangers final, that will be streamed as well. But for now, we've got a little bit of this game left to worry about before anything. It's not the only cup we've got to worry about for now. 67th minute. Well, more or less the 68th now, to be fair, but St Mirren do have a in-swinger chance, to be fair. And that's the first time I've seen Robinson on his feet, to be fair to him. It's a zonal type of cross, they're going to try and throw this in. Good long ball across the back. St Mirren do win the first header, and the second, and the third, but nowhere near enough power on it based on the little... I mean, fair play to Tony Watt for trying to force the shot. It's the first shot I think they've had on target, to be honest. I know what I mean. If you rest someone to come back, it's hard to get going again. Yeah, basically. We just kind of need to stamp the fire out that they've got right now, because I wouldn't even call it a fire, I would say it's more like a couple of embers. But St Mirren, like we've seen, are a team that more often than not can come alive in the last 10 minutes, and that's where my slight kind of who's the most important player in Celtic history depends on, I guess, when you were alive. If you're going in history, then you would probably say someone like Billy McNeil, because he was the first British captain to ever lift the Champions League or the European Cup, whatever you want to call it. But I mean, in my lifetime, you would look at Henrik Larsson, or, I mean, maybe nowadays, if you're maybe a wee kid, you'd look at someone like Scott Brown. It depends, it differs from time to time. It's hard to pinpoint it, and that's the thing about Anton Rodgers. Is he the... Correct me if I'm wrong, but is he not the first black player, or am I totally missing the ballpoint here? My brain's not fully with me today. My either's going to play this one out from the back. My first Celtic game was in Ajax in '82. Wow. 1-2-1 if my memory serves correctly. That's class though. So you got to see like Cruyff's Ajax? Oh well, that was kind of late 70s to early 80s. So yeah, maybe actually, yeah. That's incredible. What's the Mirren are making a number of changes as well. It's a Kilty. Thought he was at Kilmarnock. Who was the other change? I did not see the other change. Is that the same Kilty that I'm fucking thinking of? Allow me to confer. It is? Alright, well, fair enough. I thought he was at Kilmarnock still. I was totally wrong about that. Cruyff played that night. Well, yeah, case in point. Then you got to see one of the best goddamn players to ever play the game. Without a doubt, Jinky. Oh, aye. I mean, he was probably one of the few Celtic players that were close to winning the Ballon d'Or. Shit, Abada, please. Please don't. Abada, for fuck's sake, son, stop trying to be a fucking... Oh, dude, I appreciate that you think you're Messi, but you were not. You touched the ball and you hit it with the fucking force of Zeus. Abada, really, and I do say this without making it sound like harsh on him, he should have fucking scored. They're trying to claim handball, but again, it's natural body positioning, they can't do anything about that. If they do give it, I would be very surprised, to be fair. Unless it's a clean contact. I haven't seen the replay, but if what I had seen, he should have scored that chance. It is debatable as fuck. God, well, it rolls up his arm onto it rolls up his knee onto his arm as well. Let's see. Yeah, there's two. It might be given. But go over to the fucking thing and check it, right? Don't just call it off. At least do the decent thing and go and look. You do this for every other fucking team. Even if it's not given. Because I can understand why it wouldn't be. Oh, do you know what? No, that angle fucking seals it. They have to go and look at that, I think. That doesn't go in if his arm's there. That's got to be a pen. Go to the fucking thing and look at it. You have eyes and a whole group of people that should be telling you to go and look. Don't stand there for 4 fucking minutes and then just play on. Otherwise I will have some very harsh things to say. What, you fucking Hasumi Miku? Fucking walk over and check, cunt. I will walk to Glasgow and punt you square in the pearls, man. Good. He's going over to look, thank God. I was about to scream. You could see the fucking soul in his eyes drift away as he was told, look mate, you're going to have to give this. There's 2 individually different things. I didn't see the first one because there wasn't a lot of good angles of it, but the first one's definitely going to be the one that's called for. But there's also a second one when it comes off of the defender behind them. The number... I know, it comes off of both of them. The second one wouldn't be given if the first one wasn't what led to it. I feel like it has to be. I swear to fucking God, man. Back-to-back handballs. They're still checking it. You've got all of the Celtic fans leaning over and shouting, surely, lad. Is he giving it? He's giving it. It's a straight red as well, yeah. Because of that first handball leading to the second one. I only seen the second one in the first replay, but that first one, it was Taylor that... Not our Taylor, I should point out again, Livingston Taylor. Well, that's going to hamper St Mirren's chances significantly. 75th minute, by the way, literally the minute I said that we had to do it. Come on, boys. Come on. This goes in realistically, game set and the good old match. It's Tatty that's going to step up for it. My soul. Yeah, it was red as well. It was because it was a handball that led to another handball. Tatty steps up. Fucking plants! Yes. Very pleased. It's a very good effort for the keeper to get to be fair. He tried his best, he tried his heart, God bless his soul and all that jazz, but up him. We absolutely, again, based on how long it took to get that VAR decision correct, thank fuck that went in, because if that was all for a good save, I would have lost my mind. Yes, 2-0. Smiles. Let me do the whole zoomy thing, because I forgot to do it last time. Fucking yes, boys. We are winning this game. The 3-0 prediction is on. I don't know why it went to that other screen, my apologies, but vibes. Also, 200 people. Hello to everyone. Thank you for coming along to witness this glorious day where SFA have used VAR to get a decision correct. Who took it, Moy? No, Rio Hatai, mate. Kind of surprised me when he stepped up as well, but in fairness, he planted it squarely into the bottom, well, the keeper's bottom right. The keeper went the right way. It was a very good save, well, a good attempt at a save, I should say, but they've just brought Shaughnessy on either, going all out defence, so we'll just kind of bring on players to bolster, and that's going to be one of the changes. Haskabanovic is on for my era. Performance marketing jobs, god damn, that's a whole ass company. Well, thank you for the subscription. Can't be a red card and a penalty kick. Well, he was given a red card. It was a definite red card offence. Maybe he was back talking the referee or something, but I presumed it was because of the straight handball, like it usually has to be given. But Taylor will play out from the back and go forward here. Hattati has it. Simple play. Just to kind of stable the ball. You've got the entire back line kind of holding on. David Caven, though, thank you for the sub, man. That's a few rattled off today. Like I said, 460 was the stream goal. I need to actually check how many I've got, because I feel like it could be closer to 470 at this point. I don't know. But considering I only started this a few months ago, thank you. Genuinely, it's nice. It's a new rule. I don't know what the thing is, Paul, but they're saying, I think it was maybe for a bit of dissent as well. I couldn't honestly tell you. I thought it was because it was a straight handball, and if it's a straight handball that denies a clear and obvious goal, it's a red card. That was always my view on it. Yeah, what Flash basically just put in the chat there, yeah. It was a red card for denying a goal scoring opportunity, and it was with his hand. Realistically, just think about that Gibbs chance. Like a few, if you remember that one that Arsenal pulled off, well, they thought it was like Chamberlain that red cut, like, hanged it, even though it was Gibbs that handled the ball or some shit. But Celtic are just kind of doing the basics. 4-7-1, put them off. Thank you very much. Celtic, yeah. We've played well. We just need to do the basics now and kind of see this out. To be fair, if he didn't give that, I'd be saying VAR for 2 handballs. Yeah, well, what I thought was, like, in that first replay, like, the ball comes off, like, I seen the last handball from the deflection, but I didn't see. Oh shit, that's 3. I think that's 3. I'm not sure if it's 3, and I think it's all with a goal. I was seeing out of the corner of my eyes. I was reading the comments out there, but I think O's just scored a completely. I think it was a defensive lapse in judgment to face at Mirren, but it was clean play from the outside. We played it in for the right, and I think O's got a goal. And that 3-0 prediction, boys. That 3-0 prediction. Remember that 3-0 prediction? Remember it. Remember it. I'm right so far. Can't believe I'm saying this. Celtic don't score again. Because if that's the case, I'm right 3 streams in a row in terms of scores. Like, 2 the fucking, like, 4... What? St Johnstone? I got correct. Yeah, the keeper's just spilled it. That really unfortunate for Carlson. It came from McGregor's shot for the outside of the box. It was a good initial... Again, you can't fault Carlson, but he maybe should have held that. Or just had that poacher's instinct to just immediately prod that ball loose. Real Madrid scored. Oh. Fair play them. Well, the big man looks like he's settled into Celtic. Just dandy. And there's a confirmation. It should come up on Google by now. There it is. 3-0. Yay. And with 10 minutes, or, well, 9 minutes plus added time, maybe there's time for a 4th. Kind of feel for St Mirren, because, again, they actually played well, but that's what Celtic do better than most teams, realistically. If we have one on the board, we're more than fine. Dealing with hiccups now. Lovely. Stay out, please, too. Oh yeah, your bet. That's the thing. There's a lot of different people with different things on. For the sake of my prediction. Oh, they're moving it around. O'Reilly's got it on the left. Go on, son. Do something. Ball out wide. Askabanovic in towards Atati. Shifts it over. O's got it. Still got it. Still got it. Good feet. McGregor. Into Atati. Quick exchange. Again, there's a lot of 50s going on the outside of the St Mirren box right now. McGregor out to Ibarra. Good switch in behind. Keeps it going. Forward to Johnston. He's somehow still hanging up there. Atati's spun it clear, and O's tried to force another shot on target, to be fair. Oh, that plays to... Oh, Jesus Christ. If you have, mate, all the mobility, if it stays that way, you get yourself a decent fucking celebration going. What's the Hun predictions? Oof, I honestly do not care. They could win 10-15-0, but I don't know. Is are they at home? Sorry for those that are curious about this thing. I just need to make sure if they're home or away. They're at home. Right, well, if they're at home, then realistically they'll have the advantage. I think it'll end like 4-1, 4-2 maybe, if they really step up their game. But all that matters is this game, boys, and we have done more than enough to justify the consequences of it, to be fair. We had to deal with a little bit of pressure. It was a lot of give and take this game. St Mirren did really throw down the gauntlet for a good while, but again, if you're ever going to come up against Celtic, never do 5 at the back, because you're just not going to have that last bit of attack of threat that will do that damage. We've more than earned it, you know what I mean? The victory is more than clean. Again, I'm just surprised at the fact that this stream's decided to take off and it's a 5th round cup match. This is the type of numbers I was hoping to pull for like the Rangers game on like the best days, so... Oh, when we play them in the cup final, on the 20th... if we keep playing the way we're doing right now, I can see it being a 4-1. Oh fuck. Starfelt, you dickhead, no! Virtual, if you're still in chat, you have a right to be angry. He's just giving away a dumbass penalty for no reason. Joe Hart's clean sheets under threat. I really have questions about what the fuck he was trying to do. The St Mirren player was running away from goal. There was no way he was going to get a shot off. I don't predict scores when it comes up to them. It's how we turn up, simple as. I mean, I get that, but I think it's just more like a theoretical, like as it stands right now, prediction. Well, St Mirren will have a chance to put one back on the board, which is slightly saddening, to be honest with you. Ah, shit, Thomas, you're... We need to hope this doesn't go in. God damn. Who's taking it? O'Hara's going to step up for St Mirren. Joe Hart's just talking with them, try to get in their heads. I'll check for a possible offside, are you kidding me? No offence, but... I mean, fair enough for them for checking everything, I get that. I'm just like watching the disease worry. Should probably study to be a botanist or a scientist or some shit then. Get the purest form of the disease. Oh. Nah, I don't think it's offside, to be fair. I'm sure that will stand. Yep, so Mirren will have a chance to make it 3-1 then. O'Hara steps up. And it's 3-1. O'Hara places it, it's right, but it's again another well taken penalty, sends Hart the wrong way. And Celtic have conceded in the 87th minute. That is unfortunate for anyone who had a 3-0 prediction or bet down like I did. But St Mirren with 10 men have managed to bluff themselves a small slither of hope in this game. I've got to say, Starfelt really just didn't need to do that. So Starfelt's just cost someone a lot of money. Sag. But hey, you know what? That's football, I suppose. It's harsh, but that's the way it goes. 3-1's a fair scoreline. I guess St Mirren did deserve something from this. Can't hack it too hard, I guess. It's just kind of heartbreaking that they were a few minutes away for 3 games straight of perfect predictions. God damn. Ruined because of Starfelt. Who would have thought? Ball out wide for Askabanovic though. Played it in for O'Reilly. Quick ball across. St Mirren clear it. Rib. That's the perfect way to describe it for us. Just absolutely sag. We're around 4 minutes plus added time. Well, 3 minutes plus added time, I should say, or really closer to 2 at this point. But Celtic the cream machine. Oh damn! I'm not gonna even try and. What the fuck? I have never seen that letter B before in my life, but fair enough. I know the Ostdeutschland part, so fair enough. Thank you for the comment. It's nice to see you. Ah, fuck it. As long as we get the win, that's the respect. I have a lot of respect for that mindset, Thomas. To be fair, take defeat with a bit of pride, because at least we still have the victory of the actual club. Good ball in behind. The he's got it out wide. He can maybe swing this. Instead, opt to take a second and then just punt it straight into the St Mirren man. But we do have the ball still. St Mirren break away and they can do something. I give all the opposition a 2 goals, so I can do with another. But like you know, Starfelt again. It's another loose pass. He is. Don't like it. He needs to wake up. Even if there's a few minutes left in this game, St Mirren only need to make 2 more chances. This is where complacency can be a fucking issue, and Carter Vickers is giving the ball away, but O'Reilly just puts his body in the way to kind of stop it out. I love seeing all that green in the chat. Appreciate it, no. Forward for Atati. O'Reilly tries to dance forward, gets it in. There's a chance. Surely you take a shot here. He does take a shot, and it's 4-1. Matt O'Reilly has just scored a fucking sensational goal. Google has decided to do its thing. It will update very shortly, but I can assure you, boys, we are 4-1 to the good. Matt O'Reilly's just scored a fucking screamer. Lovely play between Haskabanovic and Atati. Perfect pass in. He has all the time in the world. St Johnstone don't close him down, and he just baps it. And as a man that is left-footed, that brings me great joy. Holy fuck, what a shot. Just dips right over Carson, and that's it. Game set and definitely match now, gentlemen. And ladies, for those that are ladies here. But 4-1 is the score. Yes. Don't need to give a fuck anymore. We are more than good. St Johnstone had their moment, but basically just like the St Johnstone game actually, a last minute goal just to basically say 4-1, up ease. I'm not sure how many added minutes they're going to consider. In fact, that goal came on the stroke of the 90, but I'll tell you once I see it. Carter Vickers has stole the ball away for now though, and he'll go forward. Atati thinks it forward, keeps it in play, good skip pass, and there might be a chance for a fifth here. Abad has gone past one, into the second here, could be a fifth actually. Haskabanovic gets it across, oh! And oh, nearly scores a second to be fair. It's not 4-1, it's 4-1. Yeah, well said. We have done more than fair enough. BKFC in the middle of a 16-piece bucket. Oh man, that's so unlucky for you, man. He could have had a... Hey, tops off, weather, let's go boys. They're in full voice. You'll love to see it. We've more than earned their bread tonight, lads. You have more than earned their bread. Treble incoming, exactly. The way we're playing right now, it's hard to see any team that can stop us. There won't be too much time left until this one's done and dusted, so we're just basically playing for the sake of the whistle at this point. Oh, another last minute chance for O'Reilly as well. Nowhere near as close as the last shot, which was a pearler. That one was just a little bit too indirect, I guess would be the term. He has the right idea, he just kind of chauffeurs the shot. Often all the hail hails, everyone can throw them and spam them. But as we're coming to the end of the stream, if you're about to leave and you enjoyed what you have watched, subscribe and like and all that jazz, because I will be streaming the next 2 games in this month as well, including probably the Scotland games for those that are interested. But the support on this stream as usual has been fantastic, it's superb. But we've got a little bit of time to just see out here for now. This is a lucky channel for me. Yeah, anytime I stream, we do not lose. I've seen us lose one time and that was to Madrid, which is fair enough because it's Real Madrid. But any other game I have streamed, we have not lost. Ball out wide. Starfield does come across and cut it. Block! Get that shout out my chat instantaneously. Go away. Flash. Kill them. Kill it with fire. And acid and all of the things. God damn it. Kill it with fire. He died. Okay. We're gonna just do that. User in timeout, go away. We'll do that. Yep. Cheers very much, James, I appreciate it, man. But we're pretty much like a second away for... Yeah, and that's it, that's full time. Well, it should be full time. So I play. I thought I held 4 added minutes, I guess not. Still going, alright, balls up. Playing out for the back. It's kind of piss poor for them to be fair, they're just kind of... they folded and they're just going to hold the line now. Can't be fine. Make sure you stream the final. Fuck those. Oh, don't worry, I will be making damn well sure I am live for that one. You think I would miss a Rangers game? Are you fucking kidding me? I might not like them, but I am damn well going to think them. Oh my god. I keep seeing shit out of the corner of my eyes and it's funny. What are they trying to... Interesting, they're going for it, you know what I mean? Loving all the positivity. That's the first stream there's barely been a bad thing to be said. Keep up the good work, mate. I appreciate it, Paul, thank you. Thanks, Caucasian Great Reach. Ah, that's... My heart can't take it. Oh god, the pride and joy inside my soul. But genuinely appreciate it. It's very sweet of you, thank you. That's why I stream. Oh my fucking god, Atai's got another goal. And it's such a... Oh... St Mirren, I had respect for them, but that is, again, it's so questionable. Again, it's 5-1, it is definitely, it's going to... There is no way they're going to try and cancel that out. But I thought I stopped looking over. It's a lovely goal. It's such a clean finish, but Johnston just stand off him. That might be better than O'Reilly's finish. For anyone that is watching the game, would you say that's a on par? But that's more than game done, lads. That is more than game done. My god, the replays justify that so well. That was a fucking bullet. So, for the 5-1. Let's go. Sorry if I just made your eardrums just implode, but realistically we're about like 5 seconds away for this being full time, so I need to stand up and applaud. Because it's more than deserved at this point, I don't give a shit. Nearly decked it though. I give you Scottish pride. Yes! Get up, ye! That's what we do. Guide, very happy victory. We win. We are good. Yes. We are simply fucking kill, kill, kill. Be gone. Cringe dating site things. I would like you to die, thank you. I love that on the hoops. Cheers again, dude. No problem at all. Yeah, for it. Well, am I still on that screen? I am. Hello. Well, full time, very convincing victory for us, to be fair. Hatate, we came alive in the last 15. It was the polar opposite of what I thought was going to happen. But we get the 5-1 win. No complaints at all. But, yeah. For those that are, that were just curious about the scoreline in general, there you go. The other games are those two. But for those that are curious when the next stream is, it's when the next Celtic game is. So there is your timing day, 18th of February at 3 o'clock. If you're willing to stick around, I'll be bringing Flash in for some things if he's still in chat. Flash, if you're there, say hello. Nice, so thank you, Abu. Nice to see you again, amigo. Thank you for coming along, Andres. I appreciate it. Thought in the scoring. All our goals were very nice, very clean, very simple, and again, apart from maybe the first one, which was a wee bit scuffy, every other goal was fantastic. Even, like, I mean, St Mirren's was a penalty, but they earned it. They more than earned their bread, you know what I mean? They were fantastic, but keep up the good work, mate. Thank you, Paul, I appreciate it. The support as usual, lads, is fantastic, but yeah, I'm just it's chilly, man. Well, yeah, the next one is a league match, so we'll be looking to keep that point deficit more than capably fine, I should say. But who is it? Rangers play alongside us on that match day. They play Livingston away at the same time, so I'll be keeping tabs on that game as well for those that are wanting to see both sides of that coin. 53 minus 1, exactly. We have to look at it like the Undertaker. We have more than earned our bread. But all the familiar faces and all the new faces that popped in, fantastic. Got to love it. We'll give Flash a wee message on Discord, ask him if he wants to do the post show with me. If not, then I'll do it myself, you know what I mean? For anyone that's sticking around, but for anyone that is leaving, thank you very much for coming along. I do appreciate the support as always. You are more than entitled to enjoy your night, and I think we will after that victory today, but fair enough. Fair enough. More than happy with that. So, seems to be about right. Just, and probably close this down to speed up the internet a little bit more. So I think Flash has just died. He always does this, so they're just running through. But yeah, in terms of like post-match and all that things, it's man of the match is kind of straightforward for me personally to choose. I mean, it's probably, in my opinion, Maeda. I think he was fantastic today. Now, he didn't score, you know, it wasn't like Hatate, he didn't score twice. He wasn't like O'Reilly with a stunning goal. He wasn't like, oh, you know, a bench player that came on and did bits and, you know, justified his performance and did all the necessary things. Dyson was everywhere today until he came off, obviously. Like, no complaints at all. Every single player on that park earned their butt all the day. With the exception of Starfelt making the mistake for O'Hara's penalty, but again, that will happen. You'll make mistakes and things will kind of go down, but was enjoying himself on the side of that screen, but I'm entitled to light up my blunt of satisfaction. But anyone that's still hanging around in chat, you're more than welcome to throw any questions that you want down. Doesn't necessarily just have to be about Celtic, it can just be football in general. I'll just kind of occasionally pop in my little points of that game, but I mean, there was a lot of good goals. The last two goals Celtic scored were fantastic. I mean, Hatate's finish was probably the goal of the game, if I'm being honest. O'Reilly's was a lovely finish, but it wasn't as top bins as Hatate's. Hatate's just caught me off guard because I just seen it out the corner of my eye. How you doing, Ian, man? Nice to see you. I presume you were at the game, big man. A lovely victory for us, a very clean victory as well. Good 5-1. We've had a few people that were at the game today pop in and say hello. Do you enjoy the atmosphere, man? Oh, that's cute. Do you have an important game to be preparing for? Are you flinging us out? No, that I'm not flinging anyone out at all. I'm waiting for Flash to see if he's wanting to do the post show with me. I'm giving him like 5 more minutes, and then if not, I'll do it myself and go for there kind of thing. But we've more than justified our route. I don't want to ban that guy because, again, first comment, I'll let it slide, but you do that again, Dex, it's probably a timeout for you, my friend. I think you've got bigger problems to worry about than, you know, us, to be fair. But hey, good victory all round, you know what I mean? Considering the facts that Mirren are a Premiership calibre team and we've won the most convincingly out of everyone today. The game that still surprised me is Wraith and Motherwell though. Motherwell should not have lost, but somehow they did, and it makes me happy. I mean, it doesn't, and I couldn't care less about Motherwell or Wraith, but it's just good to see a lower league team actually taking it to the big ones and doing solid work. We played respectably alright. Carried timey out. I'm going to show you a cool magic trick, my friend. It's called putting you in time out. Ta-da! When your comments come back on, feel free to slag me for it all you want. Couldn't care less, you're giving me views. But hey, we're not done it too bad. I think Flash has actually died, so I'm going to have to do the post show myself, which is fair enough, that's more than fine. But yeah, I mean, for anyone that's still in chat, would you agree man of the match would probably be Dyson Maeda? I mean, again, there's a lot of cases for a lot of different players. McGregor was fantastic all over the pitch, he was really good. Jota, considering the fact he was put pillar to post for most of the match today, he was pretty fucking good as well, to be honest. No quarrels or complaints there either. The only issue I would say was the back line. Oh well, that wouldn't be a bad call to be fair. think Flash might have just he just came back for the toilet. But Flash, you don't need to worry about it. I just put the Blaine time out. He's allowed to do it once. But you want to do the? I'm just gonna. Just spam that message. My either Carter Vickers. I mean, yeah, Carter Vickers put a lot of good like one things down. Just give me a second. I'm connecting Flash to this. I need to do some things. Discord, thank you. Properties. Should be okay. Oh, you're there, Flash?
Yes.
Alright, can you just speak for a few seconds to... in fact, hold on, I know what I can do. Do this. Pause the music.
Is he being a ball bag? Wow.
Oh, he's just doing a... Oh my god, he's got multiple accounts. Let's go. He's one of those. Yes. Big Pog, welcome. Can you subscribe on both of them to help me out, mate? Can you help us out? Can you spare me your pity fucking sub? Couldn't care less, Chief. You're more than welcome to Saturday. Like, you can have a laugh, you can have a joke or whatever. Just don't take away context or anything like that. But can you speak for a second, Flash, to make sure that you're coming through on this? Right, you should be able to hear him now. So, Flash, hello, welcome. What's your opinions on the game?
Great performance, honestly.
Who would you say your man of the match is?
My man of the match? It's tough.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's too many options for it to kind of make sense. You're the only person that watched it long. No, Flash was watching it on the side. He was probably watching it and just doing his own thing. But
yep.
Like again, I would have to get to Maeda because even though again they missed a couple of easy chances, he was the reason most of them happened in the first place. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the offset runs that Jota Way was able to make was because of Maeda trying to move around. You know what I mean? But like at the end of the day, it's just whatever. Again, he was just going straight for looks. Are you here to talk about football or not, Chief? You can insult my looks all you want. I still look 20 times sexier than you probably do. It's the rough and ragged look, my friend. But yeah, again, I'd put it down to like Maeda was doing a lot of the offset runs. He was covering the bases. He was doing all the basic stuff like perfectly fine. But again, it was the defence today that kind of surprised me because yeah, we only conceded once and most of the coverage was more than fine. But I think Carter Vickers covered for a lot of Starfelt's like mistakes today. And again, the one mistake he wasn't able to cover for was the St Mirren penalty. And again, I'm not saying Starfelt's bad, he's just a little bit kind of situationally unaware at times, you know what I mean? Like there's no reason for him to put his body in the way for that penalty to be given because the player's already running away from net. Doesn't make sense to me, but he still puts his leg in anyway. And I get that defenders want to win tackles, that's the whole point of there. But at the same time, it's just one of those, well, like, again, if Starfelt was even just bang average today, it would have been a comfortable 5-0 win and I wouldn't have a single complaint at all. There was just one or two minor errors. And again, for a Postecoglou's side, that's more than fine because based on the way we play, most of our football is on the attacking side of things. It's not really defensively orientated, so again, I don't mind conceding goals as long as we're scoring more, but again, it took to the 75th minute for us to get 2 on the board. But again, once we got that second goal, everything worked. We were able to make chances, play through them like it was nothing, and yeah, I mean, it's a 10-men St Mirren, you know, they're not going to be fantastic. But the fact that we're able to just open them up time and time again after that, it just shows, like, Celtic have the ability to switch it on whenever we want to, it's just about how, you know, based on your, mate, no offence, my eyesight's clear enough to see that you can't really spell. I'm presuming you're trying to say based on your eyesight, but how would that make my team pish? I mean, the brain cells are magnificent, but again, you don't even need to worry about banning them, man. It's genuinely fine. But yeah, again, Carter Vickers was solid. He covered a lot of the basic stuff, right? Again, like I said, he covered a lot of Starfield's issues, and Starfield could have done a lot more of the day. He was probably the only weak link in the armour, I would say. But everyone else, yeah, it's like a B plus and upwards kind of scenario. You know what I mean? I'm more than pleased with it. I think that based on the way we played today, it shows that there's a lot of squad depth that we have, and obviously going into the game against Aberdeen and then playing Rangers on the 26th. Is that like 2 weeks for now? Was it I give or take around 15 days? So about 2 weeks. And if we beat Aberdeen and convincingly, then it will give them a lot of, you know, it will give Rangers a lot to think about on that final. They'll have to come into it realistically putting us under fire, which might work for them. But if we do what we did today, no, it won't. It just won't work at all. Starfield was pish.
The Aberdeen game is next weekend, Joe.
Yeah, it's on the 18th at 3, I believe. But
So a week, yeah, a week the day, right?
yeah, I believe. Saturday. Yeah, no, it's 100%. It's next Saturday at 3. But
and then it will be a week after that, and well, a week in a day because it will probably be on a Sunday. Will be a Celtic Rangers game.
But the next
Because Celtic Rangers games are always on a fucking Sunday.
But the next 2 games are going to be quite crucial for our season because obviously Aberdeen's a worthy opponent on their day. They haven't been particularly great this season, admittedly, but they have that ability to spring a surprise every now and then. But if we win that game and get across the line on, like, obviously in that Old Firm final, it tees us up, and even if Rangers manage to win that somehow, it's not going to affect us too drastically in terms of how we approach things going forward, because even if Rangers find a way to win, which I highly, like, again, I personally don't see it happening as of now, just based on, like, again, I could be wrong and Rangers could come in and fucking scalp us 6-0. It's always a possibility. That's football. It's weird like that. But the way we're playing right now, I don't see Rangers doing much. Like, the last Old Firm was at Ibrox, and there was a lot of iffy decisions that stopped us from winning outright, no matter what. So in Hampden in a Scottish final that's going to be televised and everyone will be watching, yeah, damn right, the SFA better get their decisions correct, if there's even any decisions to be made. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the next few games for this month. Obviously the Scotland game as well. I'll be planning to do that one. We'll do Rangers exactly that, Shane. We just need to keep our focus up and don't let ourselves get complacent or cocky. We cannot afford to get complacent or cocky, because if we do, things get bad. You know, we're put under pressure a lot, and we're going to have to try and, you know, not let it seep in and do what it does, because that's what happened to Rangers last season. And as soon as they lost to us and realised, fuck, there's a challenge on, they just kind of melted away like butter. We can't afford to do that this season, and that's probably what that cup final will do, because Rangers, if they win it, they'll be like, shit, cool, we've got a momentum springboard, let's use it. If Celtic win it, we're like, right, well, what have we got to worry about, realistically? Like, in a one-off final where anything can happen, we just beat them. So in the league, our next game's at home, yeah, league's done. Like, Rangers only realistically have one shot at a trophy left right now as it stands, and that's in the Scottish Cup. But again, we don't know what the quarter-final draw will be. It could be a Celtic and Rangers, you know, quarter final. I hope it's not, because I would prefer it to be like a semi-final or final, so it's a hand-in game. But obviously, no one really knows for sure. But I think we've more than justified a lot of how we've played today. I think we've been more than fine. You know what I mean? Like, if we play the way we have for this month so far, I can see us getting to the end of this month without dropping a single, you know, a single L, essentially. We'll be fine. Like, what would you think would, like, if we played Aberdeen, what score do you think it would be right now, just based on how we played the night?
Against Aberdeen?
Yeah.
another 4-0, something like that.
Yeah, it would be that convincing.
Aye, because Aberdeen right now are still selling in to like use staff and stuff, and the players are not really high on confidence.
Yeah, well, I get that to an extent, to be fair, but it's the same thing where it's like, look, they can spring a surprise, so but it'll be a good tester to set us up for the next game.
Plus just the factor that Celtic Park's a fortress.
Yeah, and again, win that match, go to Hampden with all of the momentum under your belt. Realistically, it's down to Rangers to step up to you and not the other way around, and that's the mentality that I think Postecoglou wants Celtic to have. Like, if you're going to be a dominant team, you have to have a dominant mindset where every game matters. You can't just be complacent and half cut through most of it. You still have to perform. And Rangers will be thinking the same thing because they in their head they're like, right, Celtic won today, so the minimum we need to do is win tomorrow, win the next league match, and have the same momentum to go into that match against Celtic on the 26th. But if they, draw tomorrow's, well, they can't really draw tomorrow's match, but say they have an iffy game tomorrow and it goes to penalties or whatever, and they're a wee bit tired, and then they kind of stumble in the league match midweek, there's every possibility the Rangers' form just dips. But there's also the counterpoint that Rangers could also use these two games as very crucial, like, building block games for people to have a system that would work against Celtic. That's the cool thing about finals, is there's no, like, you can be as confident as you want in your club, but you never know who's going to win until that first ball's kicked, until you see how they shape up, like, mentally, because you can see how a player's going to act and play, and you can get an idea. Like, if I say Jota, you're thinking, all right, that pacey winger that can move down the wing and cut inside on his weaker foot and force good crosses in basically either leg. But Rangers have a very, like, diverse set of attackers that they can rotate very well. So again, it could be interesting, but I don't see it realistically being like that at all. Again, if we just hold our shape, play the way we can, and use our squad depth to the, like, extent that Postecoglou has been able to do this season, the worst I could see it getting for us is it maybe goes to extra time and we take it there. Maybe penalties are the absolute worst, but I could see us winning it quite comfortably in the 90th, to be honest with you, especially if we have everyone fit. That will be the big thing, is keeping everyone fit after the game against Aberdeen. Making sure there's everyone available. Rangers will be thinking the same, so you won't see them field their full strength squad tomorrow. Highly doubt it. But you'll see them field a few of their starters, a few of their key players anyway, to basically say, look, we're not going to disrespect what's happening, we have to keep pace. And in fairness to Rangers, you know what I mean, I might not like them, but they're a solid side, you know what I mean? They can rattle off form, like, very easily in this league. It's super easy to do. So if we kind of hold them out, stifle their creativity, then yeah, like, it's easy. It's more or less done. But to anyone that's still in the chat, Flash, you can paste your Twitch link to get some people on to follow you. But try to get the boy to at least 310. That would be lovely for anyone that hasn't checked him out yet. He's on Twitch. It's a different platform than YouTube, obviously, but if you can support him, feel free to. That'd be nice. Like I said, after this stream's done, which will be in about 10-15 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, but with the outro stuff it'll be about 10-15 minutes, so that will kind of do all the things. So Flash, is there anything you want to add to this before I put the finishing remarks on this stream? Riveting commentary as always. Well, in that case, I'm going to quickly leave the call. I'll call you back in a second, Flash, alright? Just so I can wrap this stream up here, because you're on the same music tab. I'll be 2 seconds. Right, and I can go back onto Spotify and I can actually do my thing. Right. So we'll take any last last second questions. Enjoy celebrating the win, troops. Cheers for the game. Need to go. Oh, that's perfectly fine, Paul, man. Thank you for coming on. Your support's been nice as always, mate. Appreciate it. But we're going to need to get ready to wrap this up soon, so let me go and find Old Reliable. But, Flash, if you can hear me, paste your Twitch channel, because that's where you'll most likely see me in the next 25-30 minutes alongside him. If not, I can actually just go and get the link right now and do it for him. So, for anyone that is curious and wants to support him, you can do so. I'll need to. Yeah, right. Okay. Well,
What's going on, Jason?
What up, Timmy? I just got my new Apple Series Chief Award.
Wait, you have a new Apple show?
interesting. Alright, we're going to wrap this up now. Anyone that has stuck around to the end of the stream, thank you very much. I know it's been a little bit scuffed, but that's just how things go in these streams sometimes. But thank you for coming along to watch a 5th round cup tie. Again, popped off. Thank you very much. It's insane how well this is doing, but genuinely, I've got nothing but love and respect for each and every one of you that stuck around, even the Rangers fans. Thank you for coming along too. But I'm going to basically go and do some things now. But like I said, I'll be on that Twitch. What is it again? Is it Flash_D if I remember right? But he's more than welcome to place it. But yeah, I'm going to have to get ready to do the thing. So I am ready to go. I'm about to do my thing. I'm about to leave yous all for the night. Thank you for hanging around, doing all that crazy jazz after the match. I appreciate your support as always. Again, did well with the sub goal and everything. I absolutely love that. So thank you very much for watching. I'm going to let you go and enjoy your nights because I'm going to go and enjoy mine. But again, I say this at the end of every stream because we always win. Just waiting for the drop. We're the best club in the world as always. We'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.